The Monk's Secret Garden, Lessons in Contentment. In the heart of a tranquil valley, nestled between towering mountains, there stood an ancient monastery. This sacred place was known far and wide for its teachings on inner peace, mindfulness, and contentment. It was a refuge for monks who sought a life of spiritual reflection and simplicity. At the helm of this revered monastery was a wise and gentle monk named Ananda. He had devoted his entire life to the pursuit of wisdom and contentment, and his teachings were sought after by people from distant lands. One cool morning, as the first rays of dawn kissed the monastery's spires, Ananda stepped into the lush garden that lay hidden behind the monastery's walls. It was a secret garden, unknown to most, where Ananda had spent countless hours in meditation and contemplation. The garden was unlike any other. Lush vines clung to ancient stone walls, and colorful flowers danced in the gentle breeze. A small, crystal-clear stream meandered through the garden, its soothing murmur providing the perfect backdrop for meditation. But what made this garden truly extraordinary were its inhabitants, dozens of vibrant butterflies. They flitted from flower to flower, their delicate wings carrying them on a dance of grace and beauty. The monks often marveled at the garden's splendor, but they knew not the secret behind it. One day, a curious young monk named Tenzin approached Ananda. "Venerable Master," he began, "I have heard whispers of a secret garden behind these walls. May I have your permission to enter and experience its beauty?" Ananda looked into Tenzin's earnest eyes and smiled. "Of course, my dear Tenzin," he replied. "But first, I must share with you the story behind this garden, for it holds a valuable lesson." Tenzin listened intently as Ananda began to weave the tale of the garden. Many years ago, in a time when I was just a novice monk, this garden was barren and lifeless. The valley was struck by a prolonged drought, and the monastery, too, suffered. Our once vibrant garden had withered away, and the stream had run dry. The monks were disheartened, and I, too, questioned the purpose of our life here. One evening, as I sat in meditation, I had a profound realization. I understood that true contentment did not rely on external circumstances, but on our inner state of mind. I decided to put this insight to the test. With unwavering faith, I began visiting the garden every day. I brought water from the monastery's well to nourish the parched earth. I planted seeds and cared for them with love and diligence. I tended to the garden not out of desire for a lush paradise, but as an expression of my inner contentment. Day after day, I poured my love and devotion into this land. I meditated here, finding solace in the garden's solitude. And slowly, miraculously, life began to return. The stream flowed once more, and flowers began to bloom. Butterflies, drawn by the beauty and tranquility, graced the garden with their presence. As I sat here, I realized that the true secret of this garden lay not in its external beauty, but in the contentment that had blossomed within me. The garden reflected my inner state, and I understood that contentment, like the garden, was a result of nurturing what lay within. Tenzin listened in awe to Ananda's story, his heart touched by the profound wisdom it contained. Ananda continued, "The lesson, dear Tenzin, is this. Contentment is not a state to be found in the external world, but a quality that arises from within. By nurturing our inner garden of peace, love, and gratitude, we can transform the barren landscapes of our lives into lush gardens of contentment." Tenzin nodded in understanding and gratitude. He entered the garden and spent hours in quiet meditation, immersing himself in the beauty and serenity that surrounded him. As he sat among the butterflies, he felt a deep sense of contentment welling up within him, just as it had for Ananda years ago. As time passed, Tenzin carried the lessons of the secret garden with him, sharing them with his fellow monks and all who sought wisdom at the monastery. The once secret garden, now known to all, became a place of pilgrimage for those on a journey of inner discovery and contentment. And so, the legacy of the monks' secret garden endured, reminding all who encountered it that true contentment could be found not in the external world, but in the nurturing of one's inner garden, where peace, love, and gratitude could bloom in abundance, just like the vibrant flowers and butterflies that graced the sacred grounds of the monastery.